First, let me clarify. Toxic masculinity does not, and I repeat, does not equal masculinity is toxic. Toxic masculinity equals some masculine traits, or just some masculinity is toxic. The key word in that sentence is some, not all. So let's get into the video. Toxic masculinity has seemed to become somewhat of a buzzword, thrown around everywhere from leftists to conservatives, on different meanings though. To a lot of males that aren't equated with toxic masculinity, it seems to them like an attack on their masculinity or their characteristics or just them in general for being male. But as the beginning states, toxic masculinity is not advocating that all men that are masculine are toxic, but it's stating that some masculine traits or just some masculinity is toxic. Key word being some. And the most infuriating thing about discussing or just addressing toxic masculinity to some of your friends that don't know what toxic masculinity actually means is that they seem to be offended and seem to think that it's an attack on their masculinity, when all toxic masculinity wants to achieve is for less men to commit suicide or just die poor. It's just disgusting in a way. Now let's address and clarify what is masculinity. The definition for masculinity by Oxford dictionaries is qualities or attributes regarded as characteristic of men. Those characteristics being not showing as much emotion or empathy, being more physically stronger than women, and showing a higher level of esteem or ego to their name, and so forth. These are gender stereotypical things that males tend to associate with. But these characteristics can lead to horrific side effects such as higher levels of depression and suicide in men, higher levels of risk-taking, and being more prone to violence. But how did masculinity as a social construct got its rooting? We can find the social construct of masculinity as far as antiquity. As the Western viewpoint goes, it's commonly associated with ancient Mesopotamian civilizations such as Sumer, Akkad, and other states in Mesopotamia, as well as ancient Greece. But this is not the full picture of what is masculinity, because it's doing a big disservice to all of the other major civilizations and other regions on the planet that have different definitions of what is masculinity. For me to hear as such as so many males suffer every day under this brutal system, in which the strongest quote-unquote alpha male is made, and in which all males must participate or face scrutiny, makes me both angry and sad. But the question that leaves me speechless when I ask myself about toxic masculinity is why? Why must such a brutal system in today's world exist, in which millions of people commit suicide because of it? More importantly, why do so many people just embrace it? And also, why do conservative males embrace it as a good thing? That toxic masculinity is just men. Men are men. No, we don't want just men to be men. We want men to be whoever they want to be, and not to conform to any social construct. See ya.